I think that if we can start as an industry, and I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, right? How do we shift the conversation? I think you're trying to do that with this bridging the gap mentality. Is how do you shift the conversation from being all about how did my portfolio do to how many experiences did I actually take in or act on this year, right? And if we can focus on that, then I think the idea of getting people and motivating people to save and to grow wealth and to understand is where it's all about. And that kind of levels it out from being like, is it up or is it down? But I actually continue to have three experiences every year, no matter what the market did, and that's the ultimate goal that we have.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's really starting the conversation with asking the right questions. I'm convinced that that's actually one of the highest value things that we can do as financial planners, financial advisors, is ask the right questions, because that can completely reframe how people think about their money. And whether we like it or not, money is a very emotional topic. I think that's a lot of times what gets people in trouble. And I think a lot of people are smart enough to realize that too, and that's why they hire us to begin with. Is they realize that, you know what, I could get in my own way here. In fact, there's a pretty high
Hmm.
likelihood that I'm going to get in my own way if I don't hire somebody who's really good, that's acting in my best interest. So
Yep.
I think that's where a lot of people see the value in us, is that we truly are their advocate. We're somebody who's walking alongside them. We want the best for them. We want the best for their family. If something happens to them, we want the best for their spouse, their kids. So through the whole financial planning process, I think for people who get that, they understand how much value there is, and they also understand the value of time. And as people's incomes go up, as their wealth accumulates, people start to resonate with that. You know what? My scarcest commodity right now is not money. My scarcest
Yep.
commodity is time. And so I'm going to start paying some other people to do things. And of course, you can pay people to clean your house and things like that. But when it comes to financial advice, especially for people who aren't passionate about this like we are, they just don't want to spend the time doing this. They would rather go play golf or spend time with their kids or do something else. And so they realize that it's a time thing too. It's the fact that I'm not passionate about this. I know I'm smart enough. I know all the information's out there, but I know enough here that I'd be better off using the fiduciary.
Yep. And I mean, that's the same way why we don't build our own houses, right? Or we don't do certain things, why we call in contractors to help us build out a new room, right? We could go and figure out how to do it. We're all very intelligent to be able to do it. The resources are there, but we're just not going to go do it, and that's why we bring someone else in. And speaking of getting in our own way, right? Not to just do a shameless plug here, but that's one of the reasons why I wrote my book that's coming out the summer of 2021, is about the emotional, psychological barriers that advisors. That's why advisors are so helpful, right?